Boki here from Gigi's Fabric Shop and home of Juki Junkies, and today we have a really fun video for you guys in store. We kind of all came together and thought about what machine is the most bang for your buck, and that's what today's video is going to highlight. So we're going to be talking about the Juki DX-2000QVP. There's so many DXs, I had to think about that for a second, but the DX-2000 is truly a beautiful machine, and I'll dive into it and what makes it so special and why is it the most bang for your buck, who is she for, and just all the fun stuff that you get with it. So stay tuned. All right, so this machine is a beautiful, versatile kind of machine. It is a computerized machine, so it's gonna offer lots of variety in stitches. As you can see up here, has tons. It has 287 built-in stitches, from fonts to applique stitches, tapering stitches, decorative stitches, you name it. This machine really does come with a large variety of stitches, and 4 different fonts, so you guys know too. This machine goes at a speed of 1,050 stitches per minute, so it's pretty standard for a lot of the Juki machines. The DX5, 7, and 2000 all go the same speed, so that's something to keep in mind. It does have 2 LED lights, which is really important to keep your work area nice and illuminated. So there's going to be one right above the needle, and there's going to be one right in the throat right here. Okay, so it's going to keep everything nice and bright. And this machine weighs about 21 pounds, so it's not super heavy to travel with. But it's not, a super lightweight machine, but I think it's totally worth it. All right, another thing that's super important and gets asked about all the time is how big is this throat area? This is going to be an 8-inch work area, and I think this is about 4.4 in the height. So it's about a standard kind of throat space area, but you do get this beautiful extension table with the machine as well. So when you're doing quilts or something that has a little bit of weight to it, you simply just slide this on, meaning that the machine has a free arm. So when you want to put the cover back on it, you just slide the plate off, the table off, and put the little storage unit in. And it's really nice because this holds a lot of accessories in here too. And I'll kind of dive into all the good stuff you get. If you didn't know, this little layer comes up from when you open this, and underneath that is your buttonhole. So if you get your machine and you're like, where's my buttonhole? This lifts up and it's underneath there, because I've had a couple people say, I didn't even know I did that. So there you guys go. So that is that. A couple things to keep in mind. A lot of people always ask, what's the difference between the DX7 and the DX2000? So really, it's the same exact skeleton, same exact features, those beautiful things like the pivoting feature where you're sewing along and the presser foot will raise up automatically, and then you can pivot and you just keep going. You have adjustments that you can do to your presser foot height. So if you're going over a bulky seam and you find yourself in like a little bulky situation, you can make your clearance a little bit greater, so then that way it can feed through a lot smoother. And that's something that the other computerized machines don't do, like the F series, the Exceed series. So it's really exclusive to the DX5, 7, and 2000. A couple other things to keep in mind is that the plate is a 2-in-1 plate. So like the F600, it's just one plate. It looks like a little jelly bean. The opening is like this, and that allows you to do all the stitches. The needle has that free range of motion. This plate has a 2-in-1 feature. So simply with a little flip of the switch, there's going to be a little cover that slides on top, and it makes a little circle. So that way you can do straight and single stitches and have a smaller opening, so your fabric doesn't get sucked down in the machine. Unlike the F series machines, you would have to purchase a completely separate plate and then switch the plates on and off, whereas this machine does both of those things, just a little flip of a switch. So that is really nice. You get tons of accessories with this machine. The DX7 and the DX7 and the DX2000 share a lot of those accessories, but this machine comes with a couple extra things. So that's why this machine, really, for the price difference between the DX7 and the DX2000, it's definitely worth the money for sure. So those couple extra things that you're gonna get are going to be, I think it's in this little exclusive QVP box. You don't get this cute little QVP box with the DX7, because this is a part of the Quilt Virtuoso Pro line. Okay, so this is like the super luxurious box. Okay, so it's kind of nice little hardcover. In here you get those extra accessories. Okay, you're going to get this funky little foot that has a little ruler guide on the side. It's kind of to help you keep everything nice and evenly spaced in like decorative stitching and things like that. You're gonna get a little cording foot, so if you want to ever attach cording onto your projects, kind of take it up to the next level, this would definitely help with that. All right, and next foot that you're gonna get exclusively with the DX-2000 is going to be this awesome little applique foot. It's a clear foot that's gonna give you full view as you're doing your applique stitches, which is super awesome, obviously, because applique entitles, you know, being very close to that edge. So you're gonna get this applique foot. And last but not least, you're going to get this little pearl attaching foot, which is pretty cool. So it's a little clear foot as well. And there's a cool little groove that kind of feeds in. It kind of looks like a little canal. And that's where the pearl would go inside for you to be able to attach the pearl onto like garments or any fun little projects you want to add some pizzazz to. But just keep in mind that these parts do come with this machine, but if you wanted to purchase them additionally with any other machine like an F600, DX5, DX7, you could, but they're already included in this machine. So another reason why it just makes a little bang for your buck. And I think ultimately the best reason to go with this machine is going to be because you get the thread stand. So the thread stand is going to allow you, it's really easy to install. I think we even have a video on it, don't we? How to install it? Yeah, I think we do. We'll attach all that in the link for you guys, but you just assemble it on the back, and that's going to allow you to use those large cones without a problem, because up here you can't really do that. You know, you have to use your smaller cones that fit in here. But if you're somebody who uses white, black, gray, or even any other colors a lot, that thread stand is going to be super, super helpful. And I think this alone is about $60 or $70, so it definitely adds to the value. So that's really the big key differences between this machine and the DX5, along with the beautiful little blue accents that are on this machine that make it that quilting virtuoso pro. That's really what makes this machine a little bit different, and in our opinion here, worth the $100 difference that is between these machines. Now, what really makes it the most bang for your buck is obviously that price point and all that this machine offers. So if you're somebody who does a little bit of everything, okay, you want something to travel with, it's not a very heavy machine, okay, it's about 21 pounds. This is light enough to travel around with. It comes with a really nice hard covered case that just slides over the machine, holds your knee lifter, all your accessories, your manual, your foot pedal. It's really easy to be mobile with this machine. But if you're just somebody who does all kinds of sewing, maybe today you're making little woven baskets, or you do jelly roll rugs, or you do quilting, you're doing some applique work, you feel like doing a cover stitch, which this machine allows you to do that as well. As you can see here, we were practicing around with that. It's so versatile, even in bag making, since this machine allows you to make those adjustments in your presser foot height. It's kind of like very similar to the Juki TL machine, where you have the micro lifter where you can raise your clearance up so you have a larger area to put those fabrics through. That's what this machine is capable of. So even if you're doing bags and you find yourself working on some cotton canvases or some lightweight faux leathers, vinyls and cork, this machine would definitely be able to handle that. So it's an all-inclusive kind of well-rounded machine that's going to allow you to do a lot, unlike the mechanical machines that really limit you to just a straight stitch. Like I said, this does a little bit of everything, and it's customizable for you to choose, you know, if you want to make them longer, shorter, move the needle over, move it a little bit this way. So it's really nice and versatile. Alrighty, you guys, so I wanted to do a little bit of a close-up of the machine, kind of show you how to navigate through it, and a couple things to just highlight because she's so easy and user-friendly, and I really do admire how simplistic this machine is, even though it is a computerized machine that offers lots of different varieties. So thing I wanted to address was the spool caps. So here you do get a little variety of spool caps with this machine, and of course I'm working with the Glide 40 in the shade Lennon, which is a classic, and this was the spool cap that was on there at the time, but I want to use a spool cap that's the closest in size to the actual spool. So this is going to be perfect. Why am I not going to use this? This is significantly larger than the tip of the spool, and what happens is the thread is just having to wrap around an extra thing. We want the thread to fall effortlessly off of the spool, so we don't want to make the thread work harder than it really has to. So I usually put my spool cap in this way. Some people do it the other way. There's really no right or wrong. The point is just to keep the spool nice and in place. So this is a little tip that I like to mention because a lot of people don't know that. So here's the machine. Everything is broken up into categories, and if you guys want to kind of dive into specific things like how to thread the machine, how to put the bobbin in, how to wind the bobbin, how to program stitches, which is a really admirable feature on the DX series, we do have videos that go through that. We actually have a DX7 and DX5 tips playlist on the YouTube, and we'll add that in the description for you guys, so you can take your time and you know, go through those videos and stop and pause and replay as much as you need to retain it. But we'll definitely link that in for you. But right now I am ready to go. So up here you'll see all the stitches are categorized kind of by groups. Okay, so this little button that you see here is the utility stitch page. These are the stitches that just pop up right here. This is what they have designed to be the to-go-to stitches, and you'll see those up here as well. So if you ever want to come back to the home screen, that's what this icon represents, is just the shortcut stitches on this first page. 1, 2, 3 breaks it up into the category. So here you'll see that there is a little applique stitch. You'll find that in the applique. Here you'll find a little branch. The branch is this category. Here you'll find this kind of overcasting stitch that we did on this piece of fabric. Here, I'll do a little zoom in for you. Look how cool that is. So you can definitely take advantage of, you know, if you're somebody who wants to dive into garments, you maybe don't necessarily need to buy a cover stitch or a serger right away. Your machine, most computerized machines allow you to do this kind of feature. Then you have your buttonholes up here, which is right here as well. And then down here you got your little moon, which is a tapering stitch. There's some lace kind of designs in there. There's some cute script handwriting in there that says handmade, and little buttons and fun stuff in there. So it's all broken up into sections. So I just want to show you guys a quick little straight stitch on this machine. So I'm just gonna put my presser foot down, and you can sew on this machine without a foot pedal. You got your speed control right here. So I'm gonna put it about halfway, a little less than halfway, and I'm just gonna press the green arrow, which means she's ready to go. As you can hear, she's pretty quiet and she stays really nice and straight without me having to touch anything. This is that pivoting feature I was talking about. Did you notice when I stopped sewing? Let me do it again. The presser foot automatically raised up. So now all I have to do is simply turn my fabric, turn my corner, and proceed on with my sewing. I didn't even have to press anything. And then when I'm done, I pivot again and do it. And I can curve it a little bit if I choose to. And when I'm done, I'll press this and I'll thread cut it as well. All nicely defined stitches. Look at that. You see those little dinosaur humps? Looks delicious. So it's really nice and easy, super user-friendly. And as you can see, the screen, I always tell people, don't be intimidated by the screen, right? Some people are like, oh no, will I be able to learn this machine? You get an instructional DVD. Of course, we're here to be your support. The screen is very easy to navigate. I always call it the little portal between you and the machine to communicate to one another what you want it to do. You're gonna control your stitch width here. So once you start moving this little guy, if you'll zoom into the needle area, you'll see how this moves. So if you just move this, it's gonna move the needle over, okay? You move it all the way to 7, and then you can move it the other way, which is nice because this moves in 0.2 increments, so you can really put that needle wherever you want it to be, like super precise, okay? And then here you have your stitch length. So if you wanna make your stitches all the way max to kind of like a basting stitch, a nice 5, or if you wanna do something a little bit more tighter for construction, you could do like a 0.6 or a 1.8. So that's really that. And then when you press whichever stitch you'd like, the screen's always gonna change. It's gonna show you what foot needs to be on it. So to achieve this stitch, you wanna make sure you have the I foot on. If you wanna achieve this stitch, you wanna make sure you're doing foot number D, your letter D. So it's really simple, not a lot going on here, just a little form of communication between you and the machine. I have a little piece of this vinyl here, this faux leather looking orange vinyl. It's actually super pretty. And I just wanted to stitch it out for you guys so you could see how it handles something like this. So I'm gonna put it underneath, okay? I'm gonna put my presser foot down. And if I wanted to have it levitate off of the fabric, this little function right here is what controls how big your height is going to be. So if I wanted to adjust this, I do have a video on this in the YouTube channel already. So if you guys wanna adjust that, I do have a video on YouTube that kind of emphasizes that and how to adjust it. It's really easy. If you want that to highlight that difference in your height, all you have to do is press the button to engage it, and when it's on and off, it'll show right here. So when it's displayed, that means it's on, and when it's not displayed, that means it's off. So all you have to do is click this little button, and it's gonna take you to the settings, and then when you scroll through the settings, you'll see the little icon. Okay, look for the icons. I love how the icons look like what they mean. So this little icon right here, you're gonna click it, and then this is where you can adjust the height. So watch what happens when I bring it all the way down. The presser foot is actually moving all the way down, and it's moving in small increments, y'all, okay? This is not like a huge difference, but when you have it all the way to 0, that's standard. So that means that there's no give underneath this presser foot and that it's making contact with the fabric. Now, if I'm working with something bulky and I find myself in a bulky situation, I want to lift it up a little bit. This presser foot's going to start lifting. Okay, I'm going to bring it all the way up so you guys can see it. All the way up to 2.5. I'm going to put this underneath, and now I have clearance. Look at that. So when I engage this, this is where the new presser foot height's gonna be. So this is kind of copycatting the TL machine for that micro lifter that's in the TL18. So when I'm ready to activate, I'm gonna press OK. My setting is completed. I go back to my sewing screen and I have it on right now. So when I'm ready to sew, it's gonna stay nice and clear like that for my vinyl that I'm gonna put through right now. So I'm gonna lift my presser foot, I'm gonna put this down, and we're gonna make our stitches a little bit longer so you can see how beautiful it looks, and we're happy there. So put my speed a little bit down, and we're gonna go ahead and start here. Okay, I can pick it up a little bit. No problem with the 2 layers. And I can stop. If I want to do a reverse, all I have to do is hold it here. I can do a nice little reverse. If I want to do a lock stitch, it'll do a nice secure in place lock stitch. And then I'll go ahead and cut my thread. Look at those stitches. Oh my word, it looks so good. Look at those defined stitches. This is for me doing my little back tack, but look at that on the vinyl. It looks amazing. And that little lift that I have there for myself made such a big difference. It helped. I didn't feel like it was struggling. I didn't hear any clanking. It was no problem. And this is a pretty good weight of a faux leather right here. It's a little sample that I got, and that looks delicious. I'm loving how that's looking. So that is just an example of some of the things that this machine can do, y'all. So from overcasting to bag making to just quilting to getting little projects here and there done, wanting to dive into garment. This machine is beautiful for garment work. It is such a versatile machine, hence why it was, in our opinion, voted the best machine for your bang for your buck, being at not a super high price point compared to the other machines out there. This machine offers so much. It's very user friendly. And the last thing I wanted to show you guys is that the foot pedal is actually programmable. So let me grab the foot pedal for you. Alrighty, so let's go over that awesome programmable foot pedal. So here is that foot pedal. It's very similar to the TL ones, okay? So when you obviously press down on it, make sure your presser foot's down. When you're pressing down on it, it's just gonna sew. And the heel click function on this machine is programmable. So right now when I press the heel, it's gonna do a little back tack stitch for me, which is awesome. And then I can just go full speed ahead. I do have a video on the programming on this foot pedal function, so you guys can definitely check that out. But it's very simple. All you would do is go into the settings, the little wrench and screwdriver. You're gonna look for the foot pedal right here. You see how it looks like a little foot on a pedal and it's pointing down? That's where you can decide what you want it to do. Right now it's on lock or reverse stitch. You can set it to do a lock stitch. You can set it to do a nice little needle down, needle up. You can set it to do a single stitch. And then of course you can set it to do a presser foot up and down, cut your thread, or completely turn that function off, which is cool because you can't really do that on a lot of other machines. So, you know, I'm kind of happy with the reverse. I like that it's just gonna do a nice little back tack stitch for me, and that's really that. So that is another really admirable feature about this machine that is not something that you can do on the F series. You can't do it even on the TLs. And it's exclusive to the DX series and on. So lots to admire about this machine. If you guys are ready to, you know, do it and buy the machine for yourself, you can always check it out on Gigi's Fabric Shop and JukiJunkies.com. And here it is. This is our cute little logo right here. Always let us know if you've stumbled upon us through YouTube. How did you hear about us? Because you never know what little surprise you're gonna get if you mention that you're getting this machine because of YouTube. So Just saying. You definitely will get a little critter like this guy right here, but if you're ready or if you have any more questions, any more concerns, always feel free to reach out to us. We take pride in our customer service, and we're here to help you and make sure obviously that this isn't just the best machine, best bang for your buck, but it's the best fit for you and your sewing, terms and what you like to do. So feel free to send us an email at sewingmachines411@gmail.com, or feel free to give us a call. I always love phone calls better anyways, but whatever works for you guys, don't not hesitate to reach out to us, and we will help you every step of the way. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you are subscribed to our channel because we are posting weekly and trying to make our videos better and better and better with every video. So always drop something new that you've learned, or if you have this machine, if you have any of the DX models, let us know what you love about it. Just let us know. We love to hear your feedback from you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye.
Also, here is our phone number and our business card. But also, if you check out for this machine and you don't call us or you don't email us, just leave in the comment section in the checkout. There's a little spot where you can leave a comment. Leave a comment and let us know you got this from YouTube. Yes. And we will make sure to maybe give you a little surprise, just so we know that, you watch the YouTube video. Yeah, we just like to give the YouTube watchers a little extra something.
Because there's so many different answers out there from your friend, from YouTube, from Google, from Facebook, from TikTok, from Instagram.
And also, if you want to learn more about Juki machines in a different source besides YouTube, you could always join our Facebook group. We have over 16,000 members now.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The group is so fabulous. There's lots of DX users in there. So the group is a really awesome place. If you even want to get insight, you don't have to have a Juki to be in the group. It's a great place to kind of get opinion from other people who have the machines. It's an awesome support group. So check it out if you're on Facebook. It's called Juki Junkies, of course, and give it a follow. We do make sure you answer the questions because it is a private group, and we filter out all the negative Nancy's. So you want to make sure that you answer the questions to get in. So have a great day.
Check the description for all the links. Yes. See ya.
Gigi's fabric shop.
We're not cutting this out.
Why?
Oh. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button. It really supports our channel. Press subscribe for more weekly content. Drop a comment if you have any questions, or if you just want to interact with some fellow Juki junkies. Also, press show more right here to look at the description. There's tons of different links for maybe videos that might relate to the video you just watched, links to all the accessories we may have gone over in the video, and also, if you press this link right here, shop our amazing fabric selection, it'll take you to our online store for fabric, notions, and tons of different quilt kits. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and have a great day.